So hello and good afternoon. The market opened about 9 minutes ago. So let me go through the daily routine and I'm going to take it slow today in the future trading because there are not many signals that are clearly popping on my screens. Let's go. Daily routine. We launch the charts consolidation that we mentioned. Here we can see uh, China gave back a little bit and Japan gave back a little bit as of yesterday's close, remember. Oh, interesting. So let me focus on this. So this is the daily candles. So we had price going higher and closing down, then price tasting higher and closing down, inside of day and closing positive, push to all-time high and close and traded below 2 days low and closing down, but no follow-up the next day. So this was the day I said, if bears wanted to take it lower, this was the chance. Yesterday was 2 days ago was a strong day up, not taking all-time highs, and I said, okay, so this is going higher. However, yesterday we had selling pressure, but we opened gap. We opened with a gap up right after selling pressure, taking the previous day low, and now we have this. For me, it's a neutral candle. Yeah, you can say it's why, because it's inside, right? It's an inside candle. So for the month, you can see it. For the quarter, it's a little positive. For the month, it's positive. This is what we say. So a few days back to back positive, positive break price action from close to close. Okay, this is the note, from close to close. Then we have a negative day, then fully reversed, then a negative day on the S&P 500. Nasdaq, similar story, but you can see how it's trending higher and not so much resistance or consolidation at the S&P 500 level. Gold retraced a little bit, and this is important to note. We'll do that in the daily candles. And no major changes here. Bitcoin now is about flat in the last 7 days, but very strong in the last 14 days. Very strong gold and silver in the last 5 days. And look, oil, as of yesterday close, was having a relatively strong week and minus 6.5 in the last 15 days. Let's see what happened to gold now because there is news. Okay, that's it. This is from this part, so we can load market monitoring. And we go here. So here we have crude oil. Let me go zooming in this. This is the gap down of crude oil. And here we have extended hours, right? The day, yesterday, this is the gap today. It's trading about 60 right now, 60.5. Here you can see. Let me show you where you can get the price. So this is the current price. This is the volume from yesterday, right? It was the balance day from the day before. Yesterday it didn't trade higher, right? It gapped down today, taking the low from last week, right? This was last Thursday. We finally broke from consolidation, and let me show you that on another chart. So 3 times frames. Go. I don't know why this is happening. So if some of you see that issue, is getting that issue, it only happens in this computer, and I restarted a couple times and reinstalled, or I did the updates in TWS and it didn't fix it. So but it seems to be working. So okay, so here we have this maximize. Remember, this chart shows the gaps. This shows a gap down. This is why we have this candle here. We can trace this bar here, right? What is this? You can say a bear flag resolved to the downside. We'll see. We'll wait to understand how this candle will play today. But gold is currently in action. Sorry, crude. I don't know why I keep mixing this because it's both of them are taking most of the most of my time now, not the indexes. So this is why. So crude is back in action, and if we focus in the long term, this is an important area because trading about 60, we can say, hey, it was trading below 60 a few times, right? We can go and mark this line here. But this is the 60 level. You can see how fast accelerated this day, how volatile was this day again, right? So the compression here was clear. Now we break down. We want to see if this is a gap and go, right? Or it goes back into range. Here we have this trend, right? And from the longer term picture, we do have, let's say, this trend, right? Let's go to the other product that is getting a lot of attention is gold. So gold has been in a tear up. It finally broke from this consolidation here. It was a very long consideration. It had one try, it fell. Let me do this. Like the other day. One try, it fell. The second try didn't work. The third try, which pierced, I'm finally on the fourth try. It went a lot. We know it changed from 3,400 or 3,500 to 4,000. If we get a tool here, we can actually know. So from here to the high, it's 28 trading days. Let me erase this. And 16% in 38 calendar days. That's truly impressive. So now, where are we? Or what is the plan? The plan is very simple. You see how here we opened inside of this candle? Yesterday was a strong day to the downside. Today we're holding inside of this candle. So the idea is simple and it requires patience. If we don't break to the upside of this box and we don't break to the downside of this box, we stay calm. It's expensive. Gold is expensive and it's overbought. I would not be very surprised if this looks for some type of support and later continue higher if the trend is to continue higher. But there is one gap here and there is another gap here. Right? It's true this doesn't give a lot of space to do a trade, but so far my plan is wait until it breaks. It's only just $50 here or $100 higher here. So it's not that much. I mean, you can see how it moved yesterday. So that's the idea with gold. And let's go back to the Nasdaq because we just printed a new all-time highs. Now the question is, okay, we are all-time highs. Finally, the bulls that got into balance the other day are getting paid. They're not getting paid that much, but they are getting paid. And the people like me that we were waiting to add at these levels, we're not getting paid because we're still waiting, right? It's Friday. I'll continue. It's inside of yesterday. It tried to go down and it couldn't. Let me go to the QQQ so we can see the picture here. Right? It tried to go and it couldn't, but it was a hammer. And today continue higher. The consolidation on the SPY is higher. It printed today the new all-time high and so far rejected it. It's just about flat in the day. The futures, the high actually was yesterday. No, it did not do it today so far. If we go on the news for today, main front page, we have, I think I mentioned yesterday, but finally a peace sign after 2 years. And the main news for today, so we got a Nobel Prize. News from Japan, Gaza, US imposes sanctions on China refinery. Order for Iran oil purchases. Israeli, New York, okay, bank fraud. This is a good title. There is no such thing as a good bubble. Venezuela, related to the Nobel Prize. And China, which is pushing the rare earth minerals to go higher. Those stocks has traded higher in the last few days. And then the U.S. and Argentina meeting for a refinancing project. If we go to the metal, we go to the companies main news. From how gold dazzled investors. Yes. The shine of Ferraris. That was yesterday's. Today, okay, indicted as bank fraud, China, VP, wing arbitrage, Russia and Ukraine war. So nothing really that can change the market tonality so far. How would I play today? So if we go in the short term, on the ES, so we have this resistance that it took it in the Nasdaq, it didn't take it on the ES. And then we have the aggressive, it was a very aggressive buying at the open. Now it's giving back. Let me see if this buying was also in the NQ. Yeah. The NQ here is not giving all-time highs, but in here, okay, the all-time highs was overnight, Thursday, and then during the day. And here is the all-time highs actually is this all-time highs not taking into account the overnight, right? So this is the difference. So technically, you would say the market is open 24 hours, like almost these futures are. We did not trade to the all-time highs, and now we are retracing. I want to see if they're able to take the low of today's section. That would be the play. To see if they take the low, how they take it, and they reject and go lower. If we go to the market profile 15 minutes to see how individual equities are doing. Apple inside of day, Nvidia inside of day, Microsoft inside, Meta holding the high of yesterday, but inside day, Broadcom inside day, Amazon as well, Tesla trading higher than yesterday, but inside of the week. Let me change this to NQ. NQ ranging, not yet. So like I mentioned, like it's a tricky environment. We are just on the 10th of the month. Not a lot of catalysts in price action wise, nor in volume. So we have a few sectors positive, a few sectors negative. The ticks open strong, they're giving back, and the volume is about flat. Advance and decliners, they started strong, but now they are giving back a little bit. Today might be a day that is smart not to place really large bets. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I'm going to see and wait. The other call can be in play, but it's not. And the other thing that to note is the consolidation. Let me go in the euro. So 3 trends frames, we go to the euro dollar, long term. So we can see here we have 3 gap down back to back, right? And they're still getting weaker, the euro versus the dollar, but in the year we have a very strong euro versus the dollar. So inside of yesterday range here, I lost a big opportunity of going short yesterday the euro. So let me add a few alerts on the trading platform. And the idea here will be similar, that in gold, we are patient if we are inside of this box. If we break and we see a candle that mention a strength, we can go to the upside. And if we break to the downside, the first line of support will be here. The second line of support will be here. That should be tested if the macroeconomic picture helps. If the Fed keeps continuing of lowering rates and inflation is showing strong, of course, we have to take that into account. But yesterday, I'm going to add alerts now. So in case we have a big candle like this one coming up, I can take a little piece of that. So once again, thank you so much. Let me try to see if this works. Yeah. So now I finally have the 2 cameras. So that's cool. It took me a while to be able to figure this out, but I think the stream is going to get better and better going forward. Thank you so much, and for those that are looking at the commentaries, your feedback is always very, very helpful. Take care.